Lusiki, a high school student who's quiet, isolated, and visibly struggling with depression. At school, he's often the target of bullying. Classmates mock him, and he's treated like an outsider. He doesn't talk much and avoids eye contact. Every day feels heavy. His home life isn't any better. He lives alone in a big expensive house and has no close friends. His only escape is through his phone and a game called 16647. One night, while logged in, he receives a message from an unfamiliar player, someone using a female avatar. The message is simple but kind. They start chatting. The girl is funny, but this interaction feels different from the rejection and ridicule he experiences in real life. The two start talking regularly. She listens, asks questions, and praises him. For the first time in a long while, Lusiki feels like someone actually cares. He begins looking forward to logging into the game, not for the missions or mechanics, but just to talk to her. She flirts gently. He's shy but doesn't stop her. Their conversations become the highlight of his day. One day, when Lusiki came back from school, he goes into the convenience store. When he was about to pick up the chicken on a gyri, another hand is also a meaning to get the same product. It was a tall young man with a black mask on. Lusiki just ignore that and get another one and put it on the counter. At night, the girl who he was playing game with sent a message saying, "I want to send you a gift." Although Siki refused, she insisted on giving it. She asked for an address to send the present. The parcel arrived and he opened it up. It was a girl avatar keychain with a ring on. Lusiki admired it for a bit and put it in front of the computer. On the other side is a man, who is very satisfied with plan he had planned. A girl character in the game is not a girl but a young man in real life. A man had put a location device on the keychain. The next day, as usual, Lu goes to school and bullied. He was thrown with a basketball in the face, resulting him to have a nosebleed. He was told to put the ball back in the storage. While he was in the storage, putting away the ball, the iron door suddenly closed with a loud bang. As if it was normal, he sat on the blanket and searched for a phone but only found the keychain. On the other side, a man was sitting and waiting at the computer. When he looked at the location he planted, he found that Lu is still at the school. He went there and opened the door with a pin. He found Lusiki sleeping. After a while, he woke up from the sound of the school security. He went out and wondered who else was here. A few days later, Lu and a girl play game together again. A girl asked and promised him to come to the fire festival. They promised each other to meet in real life. He arrives at the meeting place where the festival is going to be. Lusiki is standing in the middle of the crowd. That's where he heard someone call out his game number. He turned around surprised. Waiting for him is not a girl but a tall young man. They talk for a bit and a young man handed Siki a water bottle and told him to drink. He doesn't think much and drink it all. After that they walk for a bit. He felt something is off and asked, "You know me from the start, right?" The firework burst and the man replied, "Yes, I was there to see you." As soon as the conversation ended, Lu fall into the arm and falls into deep sleep. A young man eyes sparkle and said, "I will bring you home." After hours later, Lu woke up and found himself tied with a rope. If he looked in front he saw his pictures sticking up the wall. That's where serial killer came and held Lu's face tightly. He said, "You guessed right." Lu said, "I noticed you starting from the convenience store. You are a serial killer wanted on the TV." A man just smiled and surprised? Lu was just surprised to see that he is huge unlike in the game. He suddenly grabbed Lu's hair. Lu replied, "You wanted to kill me from the start, aren't you?" Lu smiled with a dark eye without any remorses and said, "Please kill me, I beg of you." A man grabbed Lu's neck and strangled with a strength. Lu started to cough. After that, a killer changed his mind and let go of Lu's neck. A killer said it is no fun. He threatened Lu to cut all his limbs and lock him up in the basement. Lu then smiled again and said, "Do as you wish. I give it my all to you along with my life." Lu tells the serial killer to do whatever with him. He slowly closed his eyes and accept his fate. He heard a snap sound open his eyes. He found himself released from the rope. Lu asked him, "You're not gonna kill me?" He put a smirk and replied, "Your life is mine now and I will kill you when the time comes." He put a blindfold on Lou's eyes and lifted him up saying, "Let's go home." The serial killer name is the same as in the game Alias. Once in a while Alias comes home with a suspicious stench on him. Lou doesn't really care about those stuff and just tell him to go take a shower. Alias brush Lou's hair and just smile. Lou's thought he would get killed soon but wakes up another day. When Lou's changed his clothes to go to school, Alias saw bruises all over his body. Alias grabbed the plaster from Lou's hand and helped him. Alias tell Lou to take care and he is not allowed to die unless he make it happen. With a usual blank expression Lou asked when he will be killed. He was response back with a pat on his head. Alias let him play the game as usual. A couple of months have already passed and still no sign of killing him again. Alias make a remark about the clothes Lou's wearing. Lou's was always wearing the pajamas and a school uniform. He hold Lou on his arm and said, "Let's go somewhere together." As soon as they arrived at he shopping mall, Lou's hand is piled up with clothes. He was told to try different styles one by one. Alias told the staff to pack everything he tried on. Every single girl who passed them look Alias and praise him. Lou's wonder how many people he had deceived using his appearance. Alias suddenly stopped walking and Lou bumped into his shoulder. He looked down to Lou's and said he looked great in a new clothes. He reached out his hand and grabbed Lou's hand gently. Alias said, "Let's go home after having dinner together." Lou still cannot figure out what Alias might be thinking. They went to a nice restaurant to eat a dinner. Lou's asked why he was taken outside when he doesn't really like going out. Alias smiled and said he want to see the different reaction on him. When he was about to ask him about why he killed, Lou was cut off by the waitress. As soon as he got back home, he went straight into the room and plays a game. Later, Alias also came and plays together with Lou. While playing, Lou slipped out a giggling sound. Alias was very surprised to hear a laughing sound from Lou. He immediately grabbed Lou's chair and tell him to let him see his face again. At that time, from one of the team named Bear sent Lou a message. After they finished playing game, Lou go and take a shower and wear a new pajama that Alias bought. Alias offered to dry his hair and let him sit between his arm. Suddenly, with a big hand Alias grabbed the face of Lou. He makes him look straight in his eye and calmly asked, "How did you and that bear meet?" Lou turned around slowly as he heard the question. Lou said, "Should I block him? If you kill me later on, it might become inconvenient for you." Alias ruffled Lou's hair and smiled. After Alias finished drying Lou's hair, he went off to bed and covered himself with a warm blanket. Alias hugged his from behind when he closed his eyes. Alias smiled and said, "You are too used to it now that you don't run off and sleep somewhere else." When Lou first arrived here, he would grab his own pillow and sleep on a sofa. Lou used to sleep alone on a big cold bed every day. Now it feels stuffy and hot but he feels safe and reassured. Alias closed his eyes, kissed Lou's head gently and said, "Good night, little one." The next day, they play game together and got invited to a festival and a game. Alias looked at Lou, who was sitting beside him and offered him to dance together with him. Lou was told to put his hand on Alias' shoulder. Although Lou cannot dance very well, Alias patiently teaching and guiding him with slow steps. Lou looks up him with longing eyes. As if Alias noticed something, he said, "Got a question? Ask whatever you want." Lou said he doesn't look like a murderer at all. With a smile he looked down at Lou and replied, "Not all of them look dangerous. For me, it is very interesting to observe the lives of people and get what I want from them." Lou looked at him confusedly and said, "Who are they?" Alias put a very innocent smile and said, "They are all dead people." As Lou asked if he could hear all this thing, he grabbed Lou's waist and aggressively pulled him. With a very cold and scary voice, "What secrets could a dying person have that cannot be known?" Alias asked again, "Aren't you afraid of death?" As soon as Lou heard that question, he remembered a very sad memory and said, "For what I have seen, death has one of the calmest and warmest appearances." The next morning at school, Lou changed into a swimming outfit for PE class. When the teacher saw all the bruises on Lou's body, he dismissed him and told him to sit in the corner. He saw all of his classmates playing and joking in the pool. He is looking at them blankly and pops up a memory from his childhood. He was strangled and got his head dipped in a water by his own mother.